When a girl loves a guy, the first thing she does is declare her love and the pair become a sweet couple. Or it could go horribly wrong and end in a complete emotional fireball. You wouldn't expect it ending up with being the guy's assistant in his manga project, along with his eccentric gang of friends and colleagues. Well, our main girl has ended up in just a situation, in the slice of life comedy Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, an amusing tale about how a fan and a manga artist became friends, and a jolly good team. Sakura Chiyo is a girl who has had a crush on one of her classmates, Nozaki. She is a bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to proposing the idea of a relationship, and then blurts out that she's a fan. Nozaki mishears this as her being a fan of his work, and invites her over to help him on his latest project. He then finds Sakura to be rather good at helping to ink out his artwork, and it's there that we find out that Nozaki is a manga artist, a successful manga artist to boot. Sakura then melts into a humanoid blob of embarrassment, which is adorably portrayed. Along the way, Sakura tries to grow closer to Nozaki, but still finds herself too shy to fully admit it to him. And he's nowhere close to admitting himself. Not because he doesn't like her, it's just he's got no clue how to do it, as he's never had a girlfriend before. Yet he's a lauded shoujo manga writer. He goes under a female pseudonym for his published work, so as readers would take his work seriously and not jump to conclusions about him being a male high school student, and therefore having no clue about such stuff as romance. He's surprisingly good at it, but he's not perfect. He does show his shortcomings, and it's up to Sakura to help fill in the gaps, and together they make a great team, as they grow closer and closer together, along with their madcap mates. It's a simple schoolyard story, and I love it. I love Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun surely because it's so freaking cute! Not only that, but it's properly funny. It may not be hysterical, but it's consistently amusing and really well timed. All the jokes and musical cues come at the right time and hit their marks with precision, despite the lightweight subject matter. It's not trying to be a polished and sophisticated magnum opus. Instead, the show simply wants to be a charming story about how a couple got together through a harmless misunderstanding. Nozaki may be adept at channeling emotions onto paper, but when it comes to his own life, he's as dense as an osmium brick. Now that's dense. Sakura is more attuned to emotions and love, but she is burdened with being supremely shy when trying to express it. As a result, she ends up as his assistant instead of being his girlfriend. However, that doesn't really seem to be a big deal to them at this point in time. They get on great and have fun together. Is that enough? I think what really makes it for me is the short, sharp deliveries from the show's 4-panel beginnings from the pen of Izumi Tsubaki and his 2011 manga which first debuted online. Tsubaki's punchy comedy, whilst remaining lighthearted, is truly sophisticated and something to enjoy on a mellow day. Another plus point is in the show's side characters. You see stereotypical characters, but they've been completely taken to pieces and made fun of in the best way possible. For example, there is Nozaki's best friend Mikoto. He is loved by girls and spouts out arrogant nonsense that the girls lap up relentlessly, but when they're gone, he gets frightfully embarrassed by what he says, and is scared of talking to girls in actuality. He gets his experience from playing dating sims, and we even spent half of one episode hearing how Mikoto believes of the virtues of digital love to Nozaki, and schooling him in the arts of eroge, erotic gaming. This simple sequence was amazing to see and really opened up Mikoto as a character for me. It was hilarious and such a breath of fresh air to see such a pompous douche be really a scared and timid little boy who can't believe his own luck that he's popular with the opposite sex. Then there's Kashima, the female pinup who girls adore to a fault. She's so adored that she causes destruction to anything in her path from the sheer number of girls following her and being powerless to stop them. It's almost as if Tsubaki is tearing apart the rulebook and reconstructing these character models as real people who are either putting on a facade or people who can't control how other people think of them. With great power comes great responsibility, you could say. It's the mark of a great show where you can find fun in the minor characters as well as the main characters. It all adds up to an enjoyable experience which isn't heavy on plot or meaning. It's a well-rounded and joyous adventure. Studio Doga Koba should be proud of this production, as should Sentai Filmworks, who have picked the show up for the American market. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun is what the comic artist and his assistants should have been. An adventure into the world of manga with a team of quirky individuals who work together to produce an acclaimed creation, free of any awkward suggestiveness or nuances of sex. It's simply a joy to watch, and will generate a smile, and leave audience members pleased to have dedicated their time to it. I was so glad that I got to see this, and by the huge amount of requests I got to review it. I was not disappointed in the slightest. Tsubaki's 4-panel work has easily generated a 4-star anime, perhaps 5 stars for some. A must-see. It's easy to pick up and understand and requires little background knowledge to fully appreciate. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun is available to stream on Crunchyroll. My rating? Continue. Uncomplicated and consistent amusement for those looking for a peppy comedy. If you like what you heard, please visit my Patreon campaign to help grow Anifile at patreon.com/MasakoX, or follow me on Twitter at MasakoX, or simply at Anifile.